Twitter is a very interesting place. There was a guy who extrapolated perfectly the conversation that I would have with a man if he was honest with me. A lonely man, a man who can't get girls, okay? So I'm just going to read this to you verbatim, and I'll extrapolate and elaborate on it. Guy, girls today are too hard to get. Well, how many girls have you talked to over the past month? Well, none, because there's no point. Go talk to 20 girls, flirt, ask them out, etc. Well, that's too much work. Okay, what's your friend group like? Well, I don't have friends. Then go out and make some friends. Hang out with them. There's girls in their friend groups, so meet the girls through your friends. It's too hard making friends. Okay, can you go do some activities or something? Tried that, but I can't meet anyone. Do you talk to people when you go to these things? Like one or two people, maybe. Okay, this week attend 2 events and talk to everyone there. Everyone. Just say hello, strike up a conversation, see what happens. No, that's too hard. I'm not social. Do you work with people? Like in your job? Do you have classmates? Well, yeah, but we don't really talk much. Well, talk to and befriend them. They're already there anyways. Why not? I don't like my colleagues or classmates, though. Oh my God! Understand something. If everything is too hard for you, if you don't like anyone or anything, and you refuse to try, do not blame girls for being hard to get. Blame yourself for being absolutely, insanely so conceited to the fact that you think that all of the work required to have friends and to get a fucking girlfriend is above you. Seriously, this is the conversation that men would have with each other if they were fucking honest. If they were honest. I want you to understand, if you are sitting there at home and the guy in this conversation that I'm theoretically talking to sounds exactly like you did this to yourself. You are doing this to yourself. If you are lonely, it is your fault. You refuse to try, and you get exactly what you deserve in this life. If you refuse to try and make friends, to try and socialize, to try and talk to people, let alone girls, you will be lonely. It's going to happen, mate. It's a conversation that I could have with somebody, and I'd sit there going fucking insane at the sheer arrogance of this individual. This scenario that's described, again, this is if men were honest. This is the honest conversation that would happen if I sat there with a guy who utterly refused to try. Please, for the love of God, get some damn social skills. Stop jerking off in your mom's basement. Get off your fucking phone. Go out there and talk to people. And I promise you, you will meet a woman. If you try in your life, if you go to the gym, if you take care of yourself, if you become charming and funny and witty and able to hold a conversation with somebody, and you become interesting and you have things to talk about, and you have very unique worldviews and actual perspectives on things that you've come up with yourself as opposed to just regurgitating what other people say. You're guaranteed a fucking date if only you tried. I know a lot of men have checked out of dating for a vast amount of reasons, not least of which is the fact that a woman could turn around and absolutely ruin your life with an accusation, and that's all it takes. It's guilty until proven innocent at that point. Your reputation is slandered, you probably lose your job, blah, blah, blah. But, if you're like me, and all you do is make a positive impact in the lives of those around you, and if you do happen to separate with a particular partner at one time, it's on good terms, there was no random bullshit, you should be just fine. You should be just fine. But again, if you're too arrogant, if you're too lazy to go out there and to actually try. Do not sit there and complain and lament on Twitter or to me about the fact that you're lonely. Don't complain about the fact that girls are hard to get when you are deliberately making it hard. It's stupid. Stop being stupid, please. My name is Christopher Strobach. I get on here and I rant about anecdotal mindsets I happen to have that I find are extremely useful to me. My hope is that they are extremely useful to you. If you found any value in anything that I just said, or you were simply entertained by the little scenario that this gentleman on Twitter painted and that I absolutely adored breaking down, by all means, make use of the information. If you want to connect with me, talk to me, message me, anything along those lines, by all means, there are buttons in the description. Click the buttons. Don't click the buttons. I don't really care. What I do care about is that you get after it, kick some ass, and I'll see you in the next one.